So today I'll be talking about notational analysis for biomechanics 6.1. So firstly, what is notational analysis? Notational analysis is what is used by people to record how individual performs certain performance criteria. You can use notational analysis to also observe their movement by using a movement schematic. So in basketball, as the whole team attacks and defends, you will see a lot of movement is back and forth along the court. This may be down the wings of the court or through the middle. Mainly, notational analysis is used to evaluate and observe the sport's performance criteria. This would be the specific skills you use in sports. So performance criteria for football, you would be identifying things such as short and long range passes, shots, tackles, dribbles, defensive and offensive headers, etc. The performance criteria would vary in different sports, as different sports have different goals and ways to win. Swimming criteria would be very different compared to the football criteria. Criteria may also change due to different roles within the sport. A striker in football will have a different criteria to a defender, as they have to shoot more. Moving on, the chosen sport I have decided to analyse performance on is basketball. Performance criteria of this sport you could analyse would be 2-point and 3-point shots, layups, free throws, steals, turnovers, offensive and defensive rebounds, assists, blocks and fouls. The performer I watched played as a centre. They get close to the basket and usually will shoot for 2 points or layups. This is important so the team can amount the points and win the game. They are usually the tallest player on the team and are effective at winning rebounds, but also useful in setting screens and assisting. This is important as it's a role which can help the teammates around the individual also get points to help win the game, whilst also defensive rebounds to stop the opposition from gaining a second chance to shoot and score. The performance criteria I have chosen, therefore, to evaluate the performer on is 2-point shots, layups, rebounds, assists and blocks, as these are the most common performance criteria of a centre. I'd expect the player to be using all these skills and performance criteria available in the role. A centre role would suit Ewan, who is the performer I witnessed, as he is the third tallest out of all the squads and tallest in his team. The centre role would also suit Ewan, as his movement schematic shows that he is usually occupying the centre length of the court. Notational analysis is conducted by having created the criteria chart that you are familiar with, that is used to tally up the performance criteria whilst performance goes on. You can also follow the player and draw their movement schematic whilst they perform. To instrument notational analysis, you will need equipment, writing equipment, your chart, and the camera if you want to film the performance and play it back, and of course 2 teams of basketballers to record your data on. So the advantages and disadvantages of notational analysis. Advantages are if the game is recorded, then it is easy to rewind if you miss something and pause when noting performance criteria, making the analysis more accurate. It's easy and cheap way to analyse. If recorded, you will be able to show the players themselves how well they performed and what criteria they met. It can also remove opinions from the facts. A player can be perceived to be keeping the opponent onside in which they score in the game of football. However, notational analysis, when recorded with a camera, may show that the player was clearly offside. This keeps players and their leaders, whether they be the coach or captain, together and part of a good friendship. Disadvantages, however, the tallying without the camera or just doing it off on a sheet, the tallying can overwhelm the marker, as the game may be going too quick to keep up with play and they miss key parts. There's also distractions from the crowd and people around you that can put you off analysing. You may also get too into the game and forget to mark down any attempted or made criteria. You may also accidentally delete the footage. So the final slide is evidence of notational analysis for 2 performers that I will later analyse further as part of 6.4. So thank you for watching. This is by Ellis Chapman.